Okay, you ready? You got a shaky egg? Look at me, I didn't even get out cushions. I did that yesterday too. Let me see if I plugged in the radio. I did. Didn't plug it in yesterday. You ready? Today I feel like shaking my head. Tiptoeing is slow and quiet. Today I feel like wiggle all over. You ready? Today I feel like good job. Ready? Shake your egg up high. Middle by your belly button. Shake it high. Low. Shake it in the middle by your belly button. How about you put your eggs in the bucket and you tell me what color they are, Brent? What color egg do you have?
I have pink and purple.
Pink and purple? What do you have? Bring my parent from the bucket. Oh, what you got? What color you got? Green. Pink and purple. What do you got? Purple. Put it in the bucket. Nice. Green. Green, I have a green egg, a green egg. Put it in there. Drum it. Release. Okay. Good job. Good job. Okay, listen, we're going to start with our alphabet. What's the first letter of the alphabet? A. And the last letter of the alphabet is Z. What is, let me see, what's that letter right there? K. That's the letter K. What is that letter? Look at this one. What letter is that? Look at it. W. That's good. So we're going to start with A. We're going to end with Z. You ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Good job. Good job. All right, shake them out. Shake out your fingers because we're going to count. We're going to use our fingers. Here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me a wave. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me a double wave. Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. You're so smart. So this time we're going to count in Spanish. What's 1 in Spanish? Uno. That's right. So we're going to start with uno. So you ready? I'm going to use my fingers so I can keep track of where I am. Actually, it makes me lose my place, which is really fun. Here we go. You ready? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Good job, double wave. Okay, let's do it one more time. You ready? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Double wave. Double pat. And a squeeze. All right. So this is a new book to me. I don't think I've ever read this book before. It's called Together Tree. It's about being kind to each other, I believe. In a deep, dark forest that was hidden away, two types of galoons lived in two different trees. So, what color is that galoon? And this galoon is yellow. Look, this one is purple with what color spots? And this one is yellow with what color stripes? Purple. Purple stripes. The spotted galoons thought they were quite fine and that their tree was better in every way. The striped galoons thought that they were the best birds and that their tree was better, so they kept to themselves. That means they didn't talk or they didn't play with each other. These birds always squabbled and griped. The striped one didn't care for the spotted, and the spotted one didn't like them back. Who disliked the other more? It was hard to say. Those galoons thought about everything. You guys eat ugly bugs, a striped galoon shouted. Stay on your side of the forest. A spotted said, so what? You guys eat stinky plants. Keep to your own tree, you strange little birds. Was that very nice to talk to each other like that? No. I don't think so either. All this arguing left the little galoons feeling sad all the time. Instead of feeling like the best, they just felt upset. It made them argue even more. One day the sky grew stormy and dark. Those little galoons were so busy shouting that they didn't even notice when the rain started. Now their trees were indeed beautiful, but also very old. And their nest needed protection from the storm. But the galoons forgot all about taking care of their homes. Instead, they fought harder, throwing sticks and fruit at their neighbors. So now they weren't just being mean with their words, they were actually throwing things at each other. The storm grew worse and worse. The spotted galoons settled angrily on their tree. The wind swirled and branches started to break. The striped galoons sat stubbornly, glaring through the rain. Gosh, look how windy it is. Can you tell it's windy? How can you tell it's windy? What did the illustrator, the person that draws the pictures in the book, what did the illustrator do to make it look like it was windy? What did he do to the picture? Are their feathers like standing up or are they laying down? Yeah, because it's windy. So like when it's really windy, your hair blows and their feathers are blowing. So he drew it so their feathers were laying back like the wind was blowing on them. And he put like those little lines. Can you see those little lines in there? To make it look like the wind. Then with a flash of light and a mighty crack, both of the trees crashed to the ground. Galoons tumbled about, too shocked to even fly. Uh-oh, their tree broke. The little galoons were ruffled and sore, spotted and striped. Feathers were strewn all about. They sat by their fallen trees, frozen in the rain. The fighting finally stopped. What would happen to them now? So now they're not fighting because now they don't have any place to live. And then in the storm and rubble, the bravest thing happened. A spotted galoon walked over to help up a striped. The rest of the galoons were amazed. Look, he came over to the bird that he didn't like, and he helped that bird get up off the ground. Then, slowly, they all began to help each other. They huddled together, and for the first time, they talked as friends. They realized they weren't that different, not in the least. And as their friendship grew, the storm clouds drifted away. So are they still fighting? No, they're talking together like friends. Just then a miracle occurred. A new tree sprouted right between their fallen homes, surrounded by a circle of love. It grew at an incredible rate. Do they have a tree now? Because both of them, the striped ones had a tree and the spotted ones had a tree, remember? And both of their trees blew down in the storm. But now they have a new tree growing. The Galloons have a future that's much brighter than their past. It feels so good to be friends. Now, spotted and striped birds chirp happily each day, caring for their new tree together. Are they still fighting? Do they live together? Yeah, now they all live together and they're friends because they realize that they're really not that much different. They're pretty much the same kind of bird. They just look a little different, but they're still the same kind of bird inside, so they can be friends with each other. So let's get a drum. Get a stick. Pick out what drum you want. I'll get you a stick. Black balls flying all over yesterday. Those kids were like, I was like, really? Here's a stick. It was Cameron's an interesting day. Did you get a drum? You want the big one? Take it. You want one? Big one? Make sure your ball doesn't come off. Everybody have one? Remember, you have to hold it up off the floor. It's okay to try it out.
I'm loving it. Comment.
Yeah, they're coming. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let our butterfly do Okay, and you're okay that it's being recorded? You're okay?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
No,
All
that's
right.
fine. I just need some space for the tables and the kids up closer. And
How much table you need?
A table. I need parts of the table at least. And then 2 chairs. Alicia's going to help me. We would like you all to come up close because that's where you get to see everything. So if you can, and mom can sit behind you, that kind of thing. Oh, we want a big room. We always like them. I'm a preschool. I've had preschool for 30 years, so I do know all the good things about it. Yeah. So let me find some little here.
Want this chair left here or not?
Yes. I need 2 chairs. Yeah. One for you and me. All right.
I'll use that one. I'll use the big
Oh, the big fancy one. I get the big fancy one. All righty. So, I am so excited to be here. I hope you guys are too. I am Linda, Miss Linda. Okay, and I am from Champaign County Master Gardeners. And this is Alicia. Alicia's from Champaign County Master Gardeners. And you didn't bring your children in? They're out exploring the new library.
Yes.
So she does a lot of the library in Vienna. My goodness, how are you? This was one of my preschool children way back when. I thought, oh, is it Yvonne?
Couple years. Yvonne's my sister. And
Jeanette, okay. I thought Yvonne and Jeanette were when I owned a daycare. They were in my preschool. See, many moon ago.
Yeah,
Many moon ago. Many moon ago. Okay, so what I brought for you today, and Alicia brought for you today, is something about caterpillars. Do you know anything about a caterpillar? What? Okay, looky here. I brought live caterpillars to show you. Inside here, maybe you can kind of walk them around and show them. There's 2 different ones. And show them, if they that way, about our caterpillars. Caterpillars turn into butterflies. And we're going to have, and you're going to have butterflies. You have some over here that they are hiding from you right now.
well, we were waiting for you to come.
Okay, that has caterpillars. And so they have the same ones that I had. I came and picked up my 2 packages, and looky here. Here's the caterpillar. You want to hold my caterpillar? Looky here. Okay, but that's what that is in there. But they started out as an egg. A caterpillar has 4 different stages in life. It started out as an egg. Now that egg is really, really, really big compared to the egg that caterpillar came out of. That caterpillar egg came out of a little teeny little tiny egg. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show you. I got all kinds of little things in here. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's not in that one, it's in the green one. You see the it's the green package. That's why I don't have time to set up. Is there a green package in there? my favorite books, so I brought my favorite books to show you too. There is a little tiny package that has a caterpillar egg in it. It's over there somewhere. Anyway, that caterpillar's egg is like a dot. It's like if you put a dot or a pin, little kind of pinhead, little teeny dot on you. And that's how small it is. Okay? And when they find that, it's in a yellow, it's in a baggie. There it is, right there. That's it. I found it. I wanted to show you how small. Even though that one is a big one, this is how small it really is. Looky. That's small. And that's what the caterpillar mommy does. She puts it on a leaf, and she puts it on the bottom of the leaf, and she lays that egg there. And it sits there for 3 days. Looky here, that little. And it's on, like the leaf is like this on the plant, and it's underneath, and she sticks it there and flies away. So that caterpillar's mommy, that egg's mommy, or just goes away. She's done with it. She did her job. But in 3 days, it hatches into those caterpillars. Okay, there. And you know what the very first meal the caterpillar does? What do you like to eat? Do you eat ketchup? Yeah. See, nobody asks that question. Do you eat ice cream? Caterpillars don't eat ice cream. They don't eat ketchup. But they eat leaves. But the very first meal they eat is an egg. They hatch the egg and then they eat the egg. There's the caterpillar eating its first meal. Do you eat eggs? Eggshells? We eat the eggs inside, but do you eat the shell? The caterpillar eats the shell. And then it starts to grow. And it grows, and it grows, and it grows. How big do you think it's going to grow, Alicia? This big? Depends on the butterfly?
But not that big.
Not that big?
Bigger.
Bigger than that? How big do you think it's going to grow? Bigger? That big? It grows 5 times. It sheds its skin. It's called inscar. And then it gets so big, its skin gets too tight, it pops out like Hulk Hogan. And it pops out of its skin and it grows a new one. And it eats and eats and eats and eats. And you've all read that Very Hungry Caterpillar book. Well, that's what they do. They eat and eat and eat and eat. And when they get done eating 5 times, they turn into hang themselves upside down. Where's your picture of that? Is that what you had? No, okay. This, and they hang upside down into a chrysalis. That happens in about 2 weeks after the caterpillar eats for 2 weeks. And then it turns into a chrysalis. And then it hangs upside down and it has to wait inside there. And you don't think it's doing anything, it just sits there. And the butterfly has to be very, very patient. It just sits there. And then all of a sudden it starts wiggling. And it wiggles.
Now you're out.
And you can see it. If you happen to be here the time when it wiggles, it's really kind of nifty. Okay? And then it pops out and becomes a butterfly. This is the butterfly that you're going to have here. It's called a painted lady butterfly. And there's the picture of it. You got the picture of it? Oh, there it is. There it is.
So pretty.
Here's the picture. You want to see it? Your butterfly that's going to be here looks just like that. And you know what? Yeah. Miss Alicia made you a book about the butterflies. Everybody here gets a book. And there's their butterfly on top of the book. And there's the stages that we just talked about. The caterpillar, the chrysalis, coming out and flying away. So everybody will get their own little book. And in the book, they have the stages. They have a picture that you can color. Now you can color just like our butterfly that you have, but you can make a rainbow butterfly that has all those colors, just like your legs. Okay? You can have it pink and purple and green, whatever you want. And then inside, it also talks about what the butterfly has to have to live. It has to have plants that they can lay those eggs on. They're called host plants. And then they have to have plants that they have to eat from and suck up nectar out of. and those are called nectar plants. So we have to plant butterfly gardens and butterfly plants so that the butterflies can keep living. Would that be a fun thing to do? So we brought seeds for you to plant too. We did. We brought, and in here it tells you a little bit about how to plant them, what you should do, and some facts and things. So everybody gets this book that goes with it. But with that being said, we have brought, I pretend to make plants, a garden. So this pack of seeds that you will get, just like this, for every child that comes or goes through here, you'll get a pack of perennial wildflower seeds. So they will come back. Perennial means they come back next year. Okay? So you will take your seeds and you will get you a little place in the garden. Now this seed pack will do as big as you guys sitting. It can be a pretty big area if you want. You can plant it anywhere you want. The perennial, we don't, on the packet it didn't say exactly what was in it, but I can guarantee there's Shasta daisies in there and cornflowers and all that kind of stuff. Now, I will tell you a little bit more in a minute. But anyway, here it tells you how to plant them. So you're going to get your garden, you're going to move the soil just a little bit, you're going to sprinkle them on top, and then you're just going to move it a little bit more. You're not going to pat it down, and you're not going to stick a cord in the end. Thank you very much, because I do need those back. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to sprinkle our seeds in, and we're going to water it a little bit. Now, how much water do we need? Did you see the stick I bought? There, right there. Yep. I use a stick, and I take my stick where I'm planting, and I go down in the water, in the soil, and if it has soil sticks on it, you don't have to water it. That's you guys. You gotta water your plants, but don't water it if it's got soil on it. So this one is still wet enough. But if it comes out and you stick it in and there's nothing on it, it's time to water it. Can you remember that? Okay, so that's what I did. So I had this and I sprinkled my seeds and look at what happened. This is 4 weeks of growth. This one is what I used earlier in April when we went to all the schools. Okay, so in here is my seeds growing, but they were starting to grow, so I didn't want to stick flowers in them. But when I do, hopefully these guys will be able to. Can you help me with this? Come up closer, come up closer. You're going to put it in my plant. Stick it in there. Come up closer. You can come and get one too. Okay, come up closer. You can take some pictures if you want to. You have your phone?
I don't.
I have mine sitting somewhere.
I didn't get out of the way.
Okay, take some pictures. Okay, you got more to plant. You got more to plant. Okay? I want you to take and plant them all in my thing. Okay? Plant them in there. So when this grows up, about 4 weeks here, can you plant them? Oh, that's a pretty one. I love that. Plant some more. Plant some more. And I bet you if you plant yours, you'll have some white ones in there and some pink ones. Keep planting. Keep planting. And I hope it will look like this when it's done. I don't know, but I hope. Look how pretty it is. And you know what happens? The butterfly comes and he comes in and he sits on this pink one. And you know, a butterfly doesn't have a mouth. A caterpillar can chew, but when it grows into a butterfly, it doesn't have a mouth. How does it eat? It has this facial straw that comes out of its head, and it sticks down inside the flower and sucks like a straw. And it sucks the nectar out. It's called a proboscis.
Yes.
Proboscis. So it comes out and sits there. And so what it does, the butterfly, or a moth, or a bee, all of them, but the bee doesn't have a proboscis, but the butterfly does, okay? So the butterfly comes out and says, I'm pretty picky about what I eat. So I might like gray flowers. So I come over and taste them. And you know how a butterfly tastes? With its feet. It doesn't have a tongue, but it tastes with its feet. So it takes and walks on it. I don't know if I like gray flowers or not. Maybe it's pink flowers I like.
So.
Maybe pink flowers? Oh, I see a pink flower over here. Pink's not too bad. You're right, pink's not too bad. But purple is my thing. I'm sure as a butterfly, I would love purple. Okay, so I would come over and they'd go, oh, this is where I'm gonna lay my eggs. And I'm gonna suck out that nectar and fill my tummy up with her flower. She looks like a flower with that skirt on today. This one attracted me. So that butterfly uses its feet to taste, its straw to suck up and be nourished. All those kind of things. What was the other thing? Funny. Oh, the eyes about a butterfly. Yes. They have gigantic eyes. We have one eyeball. They have these two big eyes.
Did you see it in the picture? You want to see it again? Look at their eyeballs.
And their eyes have lots of lenses, hundreds of them. And so it can look this way and this way without turning its head. And you know, it can even look behind itself. So when somebody says there's two things that spatial about butterflies. One of them is their eyes. Mommies and teachers have that same spatial power. They can look behind their head and see you when you're in trouble. So you want to make sure, only mommies and teachers though, and butterflies, they all can see behind their head and see you and making sure you're being safe and doing the things you're supposed to do. So we got these flowers that we love, and it's going to grow, but it takes about 4 weeks to get this size, and probably the end of the summer to get to the site. But next year they should come back. So everybody has their own packet to take home, and we got those, and we have the own book.
If they plant them in a pot, will they come back next year, or do we need to plant them in the ground?
They can be either one. They can be a pot bigger than this. I did this because I took it on doing my presentations. This is the 20th presentation, these two today, that we did. And we planted these at the Mechanicsburg Library one, which is the last one there, by a little boy helping me. And I let him put them in. I thought, okay, let's see what happens. So this is what happened.
So
now,
if we plant our seeds, we need to plant them in a bigger pot then.
Oh yeah, I would do much bigger. And your packet, it tells you how big it is on there that you can do. 2 foot by 10 foot and 4 foot by 5 foot amount.
Okay.
So, but I would do them very a lot. Okay. So anyway, so that being said, you could put them in a pot, a big pot, or you can do them whatever way. They do need, what do butterflies need to plant their garden? Sun.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
In the book.
Sun.
Butterflies like sun.
Yes.
So you want it sunny. You don't want it to hide under the tree. You also want it to, they need to be 55 degrees or above to fly. So when it's time to release them, make sure it's like that, but it will be for you guys here. But that was a factor in our release right now. Some days it was warm and some days it wasn't up there. And so 55 degrees and above, they can fly. Okay, they like 80 degrees. Okay, what else?
They need sun, but they also need protection from the wind. Because they're really little, right? And their wings, the wind will just take them off. So protection from the wind.
So some kind of protection, yet sunny at the same time. So you're thinking about that kind of thing.
Yep.
And you plant them in groups of 2 or 3 at a time because their eyes, even though they got lots of eyeballs, they don't focus well. So it's kind of a blur. And they go, oh, this is purple. I really like all that group of purple. But, oh, that little yellow spot, I don't really know if it's enough. I'm not going to mess with it. So that. And it kind of helps you tell in the book, tells you some of those things on there. But heat, shade, you know, a little bit of shelter, those kind of things. Yes, they all get books. So that being said, hopefully when you plant your garden, you will see butterflies coming. This is a field. I really like this picture. Says, A Place for Butterflies is one of my favorite books, okay? And I think this book is here because I bought these extra, but I went and found them here. So you can get these and take home. But butterflies and the things that they can do and how they're protected. Wildflowers out there, that kind of thing. But also, if you have a farm, like me, everybody talks about the monarchs. Plant the milkweeds. The monarch only likes to live on milkweeds and eat milkweeds. The farmer hates milkweeds. My husband says, you will not plant milkweeds in my farm, my fields. Don't you even think about doing that, okay? So what you have to do is find an area away from. Milkweeds are poisonous to cows, okay? They make them sick and other animals, okay? So that's why, and they also clog up the combines, stuff. Okay, so yes, we need the milkweeds, but you gotta find a place to do them. There are some of them that you can buy that flower that's different than the field milkweeds. In our butterfly garden we planted in Freedom Grove Park in the corner of 55 and 68. There's a park. There is a butterfly garden that we planted, the master gardeners have planted. And there I bought swamp milkweed to plant there. It's white and we've got 3 of those. That's how we're doing the monarchs for them instead of the field milkweeds. Yeah, so anyway, the other thing about this page, you know monarchs are poisonous. Yeah, they eat those milkweeds that are poisonous, and then their color combination tells bugs, frogs, things that like to eat butterflies, don't eat me because I'm bitter and I will make you sick. So that's how they protect themselves. So monarchs are poisonous. So as children, we never eat a butterfly, no matter what it is. Okay? Don't ever think about eating a butterfly. And the caterpillars are very, very colorful. Yeah. But a house, if you're living in town, on there. So they have them out in the order, they are on the edge of the fence for the wind breaks, they have those kind of things. But I like this book because it has beautiful pictures. It also states in here all the things and the different environments that butterflies live in. They live in the water environment, they live in the forest, and different butterflies that like different environments where they can live and grow. Okay? So, really quick, I want to show you a couple other things. Oh, yes. Look at this. These are different kinds of caterpillars. They're different colors. Isn't that neat? This caterpillar that have these eyes on them, they have that protection. Okay, they look like a big old bug, but they also look like bird poo. So that nobody wants to eat bird poo, so they don't get eaten, okay? This one here has these little spikes on it. That's the caterpillar of the biggest butterfly in the whole world. It is called, and it's as big as this book, this big. Can you imagine seeing a butterfly that big? It lives far, far away, but somebody in one of the presentations told me that they saw it at the zoo. So maybe either the Columbus or the Cincinnati Zoo has it. But that butterfly is, I have a page with him on here, is so big. Let me see if I can find him. It's going to be the last one I picked. There he is. This is what the biggest butterfly in the world looks like.
Ooh, I would like to see that.
I would love to see this, yeah. And it lives in a faraway country. And this page in here tells you where it lives. So I'm not going to read it to you because you guys can get this book. Now, the littlest butterfly in the world, see him down here? This little tiny one? It's a pygmy blue, okay? It is so small, and even that picture, I made this for you. It is like a grain of rice. See that little grain of rice? That's how big it is. And it lives in a faraway place too, okay? But there it is on somebody's fingernail. There it is, the size of it. So that's the biggest butterfly and the littlest butterfly. And there are over 18,000 different kinds of butterflies.
So, yeah.
17 or 18,000 different kinds of butterflies in the world. And there are butterflies, the painted lady that we have, your book says that it's not in Australia and Antarctica.
Yes.
But it is, the painted lady is every place else in the world. It's called also the cosmopolitan because it goes everywhere. Okay? And the reason why it's not in Antarctica is because it's too cold. It's too cold for anybody there. Who wants to go there? So, that being said, I always like to show you that picture. This is a picture about butterflies that hide. They have to hide because animals, other things, like to eat them. But we can't eat them. But snakes eat them, birds eat them, frogs eat them, and this praying mantis likes to eat butterflies. So they're trying to hide. Do you see this one? What does it look like? It does look like a butterfly. What else? It's got big eyes like that.
Who does he look like?
Ooh. What is that? It is, and that's what it's called. It's an owl butterfly because it has those big eyes and it's trying to scare other things away from it. And this one over here, can you see that butterfly? See him there? He's hiding really good. He's a leaf butterfly. He's an oak leaf butterfly. He hides just like an oak leaf on there. And then down at the bottom down here, do you see this one? He's hiding from the praying mantis, but he can hide on this wood and nobody can see him. And so that's why he's sitting by that wood. So butterflies have different colors so that they can do that. But they are absolutely beautiful. They give us both pollinating and beauty for us. We have to have butterflies to pollinate, otherwise we will not have food. The only way for people to have food is pollinating. They have to do that. Do you know there's butterflies? Somebody says there's butterflies at night and there's butterflies in the day. But you know that's wrong. The butterflies at night are called moths. The butterflies in the day are called butterflies. So they're different. So if you see a thing that looks like a butterfly at night, that's a moth. And now you can tell everybody that's a moth. And a moth has very, very hairy antennas. They look like feathers, where the butterfly doesn't. And they also have lots of colors. And they have, I can't remember all the different things, but it tells you on this page all those different things. But if you see them, cocoon. A butterfly has a chrysalis and a moth has a cocoon. And they can fly a long way. They fly away to migrate or hibernate. Some butterflies only live a couple weeks and they lay their eggs and then they go on. Other ones can live a month or a year and go different places. So monarchs fly from Canada down to Mexico, and then when they get to Mexico, they all hook together and stay there. And then they fly back when it gets warm. And as the food gets green again, they move. That's why they're moving and coming back farther, hunting for food. So, now you know a lot about butterflies. And you know how to plant a butterfly garden. So you think you can do that for me? Plant a garden? I want you to do that. Okay, any questions? Do you like jokes? I have a butterfly joke. I always tell a joke at the end. I can't sing and dance, but I can tell a joke. So this is the butterfly joke that I wanted you to know. And you can go home and tell somebody. You say, why did the preschooler throw the butter out the window? A stick of butter. Why did they throw a stick of butter out the window? Why did the preschooler throw the stick of butter out the window? Do you have any ideas? What do you think? He said, why? I said, that's the right answer. Why? Because he wanted to see the butterfly fly. He wanted to see a butterfly. Does that make sense? Oh, that's the best one I got, guys. There, that's the best one I got. Okay, so in there, that being said, we want to share the books with you. Everybody's got a book? Everybody has a packet? Okay.
Who wants some seeds?
What
Plant
seeds?
flowers at home.
I think they need 2 packets.
Yeah.
They came, so they get double packets.
Lots of flowers.
Yes, they all get this.
Come get your packets.
Go get some.
What about you, Penny? Flowers?
Okay, any questions? Mom and Dad, let's give Mom a thing about our Master Gardeners. We're part of Master Gardeners. Master Gardeners is an organization, a student Hyde Extension Office, and you just a volunteer. So we are master volunteers. We are not master gardeners, but we learn about all kinds of horticultural stuff. And if you ever want to join the group, you're always welcome to. It is, we have a monthly meeting. We share different interests, and my interest is the butterflies and presenting them to the community. Alicia has, what are the different things that you're doing?
Oh my goodness, I'm in just about everyone.
Okay.
I'm in the Freedom Grove, which is at the community building in Urbana. On the corner.
The corner there in the park.
So with the butterfly garden, I also help. We're helping to beautify the entire space. We do farmers markets in Urbana every Saturday in May. So I'm
This Saturday,
that.
I will be there and presenting that. But we're having little teacups that we have a teacup and a saucer, and you can plant your own little flower garden out of succulents in that, and as part of the thing. But we also have herbs selling at that time at the farmers market in Urbana. And they have a fair garden right next to the Farm Bureau building that we take care of. They're down by the horses. There's an area that we take care of there. We take care of the shooting range, an area there.
Mm-hmm.
We have things all over the place. So depending on what your interests are, you volunteer for what you want to do on there. Mine is the butterflies.
I bring my kids everywhere. They do everything with me.
Yeah. So feel free to do that.
Too.
Okay? So we always like to invite people to join us. It takes about, you join normally, they started in January. They have 7 labs that you do. That takes you about the end of November is when you finish it. But you have 18 months or more to finish it if you ever want to take longer. Okay? Any questions? What do you have? I love your shirt. You have dinosaurs. You know, when I was in Australia a couple months ago, and they had dinosaurs in the rainforest, that they were there from the dinosaur time in this gigantic place with all the butterflies and the plants. And they had dinosaurs in there. All kinds of them. Pretend dinosaurs. Yeah. And
Okay.
I love purple.
So listen, we're gonna put one hand way up high. Put one hand up. Wave goodbye. It's time to go. Wave up high and wave down low. Wave real fast. And wave real slow. Wave goodbye. It's time to go. Wave up high. Wave down low. Wave goodbye. I'll miss you so. Love you. I'll see you in a couple weeks, okay? Storytime will start back up in June. Make sure you get a calendar on your way out, okay? So you can mark all the fun stuff you want to do.
I saw these.